This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 14 of the Wisdom by WESA show on the Horse Radio Network. Today's show titled, Who is PFI Western Wear? Why did it win the WESA Top Hand Award? And how does one contest generate 1 million entries? I'm Mike Donnell.
This is Casey Wilbanks-Coletti.
And this is Sophia Aguilar. Welcome to the Wisdom by WESA podcast on the Horse Radio Network.
This podcast is brought to you by the Western and English Sales Association, WESA, which provides the world's largest trade events for retailers, manufacturers, and sales representatives of the equestrian industry. In this podcast, we feature exclusive interviews with noteworthy Western and English personalities, retailers, and exhibitors who you've always wanted to talk to. Don't miss out on all the news for manufacturers and retailers in the equine industry. Hi, Sophia. Thanks for joining us today. There's a topic I'd like to cover with you, and I think maybe for first-timers or even people that have been to the WESA market before, it could be a little overwhelming navigating, even though it actually is very easy. Could you give us some tips and tricks for just that, navigating the WESA market?
Yeah, the WESA trade show is actually just 2 weeks away, so to be prepared, I'd recommend downloading the WESA app. It's pretty easy to get. Just type in WESA in your Google Play or Apple Store, and you'll have everything you need in the palm of your hands. You'll find exhibitors and companies, floor plans, events, food, what's new, and you can even post or share photos. We'll also have several monitors around the demo mart that show all the important information as well.
And where will they look for all the additional information?
So you can always find help at the Expo Show office or the main entrance. Otherwise, anyone with the WESA badge or the ladies in a red coat are happy to help out as well.
Sophia, so I have another question. Social media, obviously, we know is huge in marketing. Is there any opportunities for people that are there at the WESA market, if they tag WESA or any of WESA's social media platforms, is there any benefit for them in doing that?
Yeah, so I'll be sure to repost any mentions or tagging, either @ or hashtag WESA Trade Show, but also feel free to stop me whenever you see me walking around the show floor. I'm always happy to share someone's story on social media or help out in any way.
Awesome. And that is so vital now, especially because social media is just the largest platform we have for communication. And then also any updates for the June show?
Yeah, the June contracts can be picked up at the show office. Just come up and ask for a copy and hand it back to Kristen or any other WESA staff member before the show ends.
Awesome. And you heard it. WESA Market is just a couple weeks away. I can't believe it. It's just right around the corner. And you heard Sophia, you can already get your June contracts in while you're there in January. So think ahead. Thanks for visiting with us, Sophia. And we're going to get right to our guest today, Mr. Randy Little.
Each year, the WESA Board of Directors selects a successful retailer to receive the association's Top Hand Award, presented in recognition of its outstanding contributions to the strength and success of the Western and English equestrian-related businesses and lifestyles. The 2019 award will be presented during the 2019 January market to PFI Western Wear, located in Springfield, Missouri. PFI has a wonderful and colorful history, is involved in numerous public service activities, and is truly an American business success story. And we're so happy to have co-founder Randy Little here to tell the PFI story. Hey, Randy, thanks so much for joining us on Wisdom by WESA.
Well, thank you.
We wanted to have you on the show for several reasons. Number one, you're going to be receiving the association's Top Hand Award, but behind that award, the rationale for giving it is really pretty important, and your company and PFI match all of those in terms of service and support to the Western lifestyle world, the Western retailing world, and business in general. For people who have the chance, if you visit the PFI website, you're going to see a nice long article that we're going to high spot that covers the history, you're going to see an interview that Randy did with Justin McKee that gives it a lot of personality. But for this show, Randy, give us the elevator version, the short version of how you got into this in 1975 and kind of the philosophy that drives the business. And then we're going to talk about not only some of your unique marketing ideas, but all the things you do for the community.
Well, starting out back in 75, I can remember that far back, 44 years ago coming up. I actually had no intentions of being into retail. I got an economics degree from University of Missouri, and I was very fortunate to work for a great company. And then I just decided I want to go out on my own at a very, very early age, and I did. And we started a feed business, and that's what PFI stands for, Preferred Farmers Incorporated. And we kept on expanding that, and there was a adjacent Western store, a few bricks over, literally. So we just took that over and knocked it out, and that's how we got into the Western business. And then we kept on growing it from there. And then all one day, my wisdom told me that I thought we sold all the Western apparel we could possibly sell in our little market, and so we started into the catalog business. And then you should say never about anything, but I did, and we wound up increasing our catalog circulation to about 8 million, and then we built this big store back over here on the east side of town, Springfield, and it's about a 40,000 square foot building. If anybody goes online, you can look at the building, and then we added another building, about 18,000 feet to it, to another building. So we're a single unit store, one location.
And you develop and generate a tremendous amount of traffic. When you and I were talking the other day, you gave me some figures of how many people go through your door each year.
Yes, we run just a little over 1 million people through every year. We are very, very blessed to be in the middle of the United States. We have very blessed to have Branson, Missouri, south of us. And obviously, we up to this point, we had a theater in Branson. And so we did a lot of cross promotion, but our biggest success over the years is being able to tie back into a show called Larry's Country Diner, which has a tremendous following, and we are one of the 3 sponsors, and we're actually integrated into the show. And it's allowed us to keep growing. We've been very fortunate. We've been in this location for 26 years, and we've never had a down year since we've been here. And that's all the way through the recession. So we keep on doing unique and different things.
Well, and I'm reading on your website, your mission is, it says, to be the most creative, customer respected, people oriented retailer in America. And that says a lot. And coming from an avid shopper here myself, that really means a lot. But there was the next sentence that stood out to me. And it says, in this, it means that we make frequent buying trips to New York, Dallas, and of course the WESA market in Denver to sniff out what customers will want next season, keeping in mind that while one PFI shopper might want a $10 shirt, another might want to splurge on a $10,000 designer jacket. You have literally encompassed everything you could think of in your store.
Well, we do. And actually, we're all about service. We're not about price. We've been able to continue to grow that and expand our lines. And we've probably, I guess this is about 10 years ago. We'll get into the PBR later, but actually we started our Boot Daddy brand is probably 10, 15 years ago. And our Boot Daddy brand has grown. We partner with every manufacturer, the ones that we can, especially in the Western industry. And then we have our own perfume, colognes, moonshine, whiskey, anything that we make that we have private, our own Boot Daddy brand. And then once again, our biggest thing is to be able to go to an area that Tony Lama or Justin and make a Boot Daddy collection. That's unique and different, and that's what sets us apart. We're not necessarily a price store. Don't ever want to be that.
Right.
We give that to Walmart and hope they do a good job at
it. Right. Well, Randy, do you know approximately how many pairs of boots you carry in your store at any given time?
Well, this morning we had 27,000.
Wow. It's incredible.
That's in all the warehouses, and that's what's in inventory. because I'm looking at year end and making sure it's not about the sales. And the retail, we end on 12/31. It's more about where your level of inventory's at. And so I always try to look too. Another thing we're doing too is kind of funny because I'm not the typical retailer. Like I said, my degree's in economics, and zero background in retail. But we do different things. Right now, we're giving away a truck, a choice of a Dodge Ram or an F-150. As of this morning, we had over 1.1 million people enter the contest to win the truck.
Wow. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's where we keep on. Everybody tries to box it in. We happen to be in Springfield, Missouri, but then again, we probably have the biggest tack department in the country. I know we have the largest hat department in the country.
Wow.
And we carry a lot of product because people come to us, and we want to continue to grow that and have a big inventory. Sure. But we do different promotions like the truck. I mean, if you walked in the store right now, over half the people are 350 miles away. So we're more of a destination drive to.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, it seems the theme is, your company is anything but ordinary. And I'm reading that there's times people may show up at your store and there could be a real live horse there. And there may be a saddle maker there, and they're fitting saddles showing you on a horse.
Yeah, actually it is. It's fun, our saddle and tack guys. And the biggest thing about our company is our longevity of our employees. I mean, we've had to retire people that's been over here over 40 years. Most of them here are here 20, 25 years. And that makes my job so much easier, having great employees, great people that understand how we want to treat the customer every day.
Sure. Well, and having that history of employers tells what a great company you are, too. That speaks volumes. As I mentioned, as an avid shopper myself, I also, we have a farm, we have horses, we have cattle. And to see a business like this, I wish Springfield, Missouri was closer to me, because you guys have it all covered.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We also, it's probably, I don't know what year we started. We did the Touring Pro, but this is our 11th year we've done the PBR. Used to be called the Ford Tough televised series. We finished our 10th year doing that, and we are a 3-day event and one of the largest ones in the country.
Wow.
Well,
it's called PFIinvitational.com.
I think there's another reason why you qualify for the Top Hand Award, and that's because not only are you aggressive and dynamic from a business sense, but you do a lot of things to help people who need the help. You might review a little bit about your philosophy there and how you come up with some really great programs for them.
Well, mine is if you're going to spend discretionary money, put it to where that I call it the kids that can't. We have another one, Good Samaritan Boys Ranch is close to us, Camp Barnabas, kids that don't have the opportunity that you and I have. If you go to a rodeo, those kids can go out and find a job someplace. We try to make sure that we donate dollars in product, and we do it silently. We've done our party in the parking lot for 10 years. Actually, it's been probably more than that. I'm just getting old and remember them. But it's, we've had, Lee Bryce. Oh, geez, I can't even remember all the people we've had every year. But this last year was the first year we didn't do it. It just didn't work out well. But Thomas Rhett, Michael Ray, and all of those concerts that we have done, 100% of the profit goes back to a charity. We don't keep a penny. So it's always nice to put together a deal and you have a $50,000 surplus and you get to write the checks to different charities. And it's always a good feel good. And of course, we make a lot of money, donation monies to the Missouri State University here, Ag Department too. Try to give back.
Well, that's great. And I think the Top Hand Award, of course, is warranted, and I'm certainly appreciated by you. But chat a bit also, if you can, regarding the relationship you have with WESA.
Well, we've been there for forever and ever. And obviously, when WESA, going back a lot of years ago, we had a sister company called WERA, Western English Retailers Association, that we worked side by side. And that was a fun group. That's probably 20, 25 years ago. And of course, I'm at Denver Market every year, and Denver Market is gigantic. WESA Market is gigantic to bring the right brands, the right looks. What's going to happen next year? Got to have change, and that's for certain in anything, and especially Western wear. I mean, we went from a sharp toe to a medium toe to now a square toe in boots. Fashion's changed from a lower cut jean to back to normals, the height on ladies' jeans. I mean, it's everything is changing, and that's where you find that at the WESA Market. It's a great market.
Well, we appreciate you being on our show. Hope we run into you at the Denver Market. I'll be looking for you. Anything else that we haven't covered that you think is important to know about PFI? You hinted to me, but you won't let me say it. You've got a new promotion coming up. Anything else we may know about or should look forward in the future that will extend the brand, the enthusiasm, and the activity of PFI?
Well, every day, and I know we do have, actually, we have two of them, big announcements coming up. And one's going to be over Memorial Weekend. And my whole point is to be able to keep on raising the bar for our sales people here at PFI, and also for the customer experience. Being able to make memories is the whole key to anything. And I'm a firm believer. I had this guy come in many years ago out of Chicago, and he's been my guiding tool forever. And it's simple, 3 words: act instead of react. And that's basically what we try to do. Don't give a care what anybody else is doing. Watch the market. Make sure we're doing the right thing all the time, and never be reactionary. Always be acting. And that's kind of how we do it. We got new stuff coming all the time. It's fun.
Well, you sound like you really do enjoy what you're doing.
Well, I must, because I've been on the 7-day work schedule since Thanksgiving, and I'm getting way too old for that. But if I didn't like it, I guess, since, I'm not a paid employee anymore, I don't guess. At least I haven't got to see my paycheck lately. And I like working. I like people, and I like being creative. I like to make sure we're very successful and respected at the same time.
Well, you certainly have been successful. I'm sure you're respected. I think our listeners will really enjoy having listened to this show. And thank you so much for the time.
You betcha. Sounds good.
Thanks, Randy.
See ya. Bye.
The show notes and the link from today's show can be found at www.wisdombywesa.com. And we'd love to hear your feedback. We really would. We'd like to know what you think of the show, topics you'd like us to cover, and any other suggestions you might have. There's a contact link on the website.
The Wisdom by WESA show will be published on the 15th and 30th of every month. You can listen on most of your favorite podcast players. You can also listen on the Horse Radio Network app on your iOS or Android phone. You just search Horse Radio Network in the App Store. It's free and it's super easy to use. Be sure to visit all the great shows on the Horse Radio Network at horseradionetwork.com. Thanks for listening to the Wisdom by WESA podcast. WESA, where the industry meets.